Ethan Reyes had never been the strongest, the fastest, or the most talented. But he had something else, an unshakable determination that burned inside him like a relentless fire. From the moment he was old enough to dream, he had one goal: to become a professional boxer. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, Ethan knew hardship well. His father had abandoned the family when he was 10, leaving his mother to work multiple jobs just to keep food on the table. He watched his older brother fall into the same cycle of violence and crime that plagued so many around him. But Ethan wanted more. He wanted out. At 14, he stepped into a local gym, a small, run-down place with cracked mirrors and punching bags patched together with duct tape. The owner, an old retired boxer named Miguel Alvarez, watched him hit the bag with weak, clumsy punches. Miguel shook his head. "Kid, boxing ain't just about swinging fists. It's about heart, discipline, and taking hits without giving up." Ethan took those words to heart. Every morning before school, he ran 5 miles. Every evening, he trained until his body ached. He took beatings in the ring from more experienced fighters, but he never backed down. He lost more fights than he won in the beginning, but each loss taught him something. He studied his mistakes, adjusted his techniques, and trained harder. Years passed. By 18, he had built a reputation in the amateur circuit. But with success came setbacks. In his biggest amateur fight, he was knocked out cold in the second round. His opponents were stronger, faster, more experienced. Doubt crept in. Maybe he wasn't good enough. Maybe everyone who told him to give up was right. Miguel found him sitting outside the gym that night, staring at the pavement. "So that's it?" Miguel asked. "One loss and you're done?" Ethan clenched his fists. "I give everything, and it's still not enough." Miguel sighed. "That's because you're fighting like you have something to prove to the world. The only person you need to prove anything to is yourself. Now get up and train." Ethan took the lesson to heart. He pushed himself harder, refining his speed, footwork, and endurance. He entered professional boxing at 22. His early fights were brutal, each one a test of his resilience. He fought through injuries, broken ribs, a fractured hand. He was knocked down countless times, but he always got back up. By 26, he had a shot at the national title. His opponent was an undefeated champion, known for his knockout power. The odds were stacked against him. Pundits dismissed him. Fans doubted him. But Ethan had spent years being the underdog. The night of the fight arrived. Under the bright arena lights, with thousands watching, he stepped into the ring. The first few rounds were brutal. The champion's punches felt like bricks smashing into him. Ethan's vision blurred. His body screamed for him to stop. But he didn't. In the 10th round, with sweat and blood dripping from his face, he saw an opening. He dodged a right hook and countered with a devastating uppercut. The champion staggered. Ethan didn't hesitate, he unleashed a flurry of punches, every ounce of training, every moment of struggle, channeled into his fists. The referee counted. The champion didn't get up. Ethan Reyes was the new champion. As reporters crowded around him after the fight, one asked, "What kept you going when it seemed impossible?" Ethan, still breathless, smiled. "Because quitting never crossed my mind." The lesson from his journey was simple: success isn't about talent alone. It's about perseverance. No matter how many times you fall, what matters is that you get back up. Keep pushing forward, even when the world tells you to stop. Because in the end, the only way to truly fail is to quit.